Angels, it's Hailey Reese and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so grateful that you are here and I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic and magical morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Should this video be reaching you in real time or like relatively real time, I do hope that you had a very magical and special Christmas, or if you celebrate something else, I hope that you had a fantastic time nonetheless, and I just am so grateful for each and every one of you. Now, with that being said, I had told you guys that I was going to be ending off this year with a video every single day, and I got so many requests for personal story times and things that I've been experiencing and I've been going through, because I've told you guys a lot about my life recently, but as far as like the paranormal stuff that's been going on, I haven't shared quite as much. And so today I thought that I would come on here and share an experience with you guys. Well, a couple of experiences and kind of a shift in my spirituality and what I've been being shown with you, because I would love to know your guys' thoughts, theories, and opinions on it. Now, this one in particular is something I've wanted to share with you guys for a while now. But with that being said, it's also very sensitive, and it's something that I wasn't sure, not that it wasn't appropriate to share, but it dabbles into a very dark side of spirituality. And due to that, I wasn't certain if it was something that I should share, but I mean, I have built this channel on sharing my truths and acknowledging what other people share to be their truths, and I think that, I don't know, I want to share it with you. So I don't even know where to really begin with this. If you've been on my channel for a while, you would know that ever since I was a little girl, I have had a ton of paranormal experiences. It's been passed down to me from my family. My grandmother had a ton all throughout her childhood and throughout her life, and children in general just have a lot of experiences when it comes to the other side. And I've always kind of had the same type of experiences, like seeing things, experiencing things, being more receptive and open to things. And one of the places that I've always gotten messages is throughout my dreams. When my grandmother passed away, she never came to me totally in like spirit form in front of me, but always in my dreams. I would always see her in my dreams. She would contact Lana. Like, there was such a connection beyond her passing. But my dreams have always been a space and a place that I have received messages. However, with that being said, over the past couple of years, that has kind of shifted for me a little bit. And what I mean by this is it became not so much just like signs and messages and loved ones coming. It became more like premonition-like. And I started to have these experiences in my dreams where I would see things and they would start to literally come true. And not in a manifestation type way, in like a warning type way. And it truly started to scare me a little bit, even before it got to the point of what I'm about to tell you guys. So I started having these dreams and I started opening up to it, and I would talk to people around me about it, and they're like, embrace it. Clearly, like, I've been really trying to get more in touch with my spiritual side again, as far as like I've always been spiritual, but opening up to messages and just opening myself up a lot more. And something that started happening that to this moment I really don't feel like is a gift. To me, it feels very scary and something that I don't really want to see. And I've spoken to Lana about this, and I'll talk about that in a second, which, by the way, Lana, I love you. I cannot wait to film more content with Lana in the new year. We have so many plans, and this is actually a subject I'd love to have her on the channel to talk about. But there was a couple of instances where I saw things. They weren't awful things, but like things that you wouldn't really want to see ahead of time, and it came into fruition. And it started happening so often that I was able to differentiate, because I'm a very vivid dreamer, and normally I can tell when it's a dream, like just like my brain doing what my brain does, and when it's a message or like a download, as people call it. And I started to differentiate it, and began noticing like the correlation between what I would see in my dream and then what would come into fruition. And it got to a point where I felt uncomfortable because I wasn't sharing this clearly online or anything. I was sharing it with like my loved ones, but it felt almost strange after it would happen to be like, I knew that was going to happen. I saw that was going to happen. So I started telling myself, okay, to prove to you that you're not crazy, when you have these dreams, you tell someone that like you know and trust and knows and trusts you, like my mom, Tyler, someone of the sorts. And then when it happens, they know that you didn't just say, oh, I knew that was going to happen. They're recognizing as well, like, wait a second, this just happened. And so there was a couple of instances that even my mom was like, Hailey, you're starting to freak me out a little bit. Like, why are you seeing these things ahead of time? And there's one particular instance, I need to keep this very private for the sake of our family and friends, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I was in a half dream, half like awake state. So I was awake as in like looking through the room, but I was still in the dream world, if that makes sense. And I saw an individual's head, just the head, floating in my bedroom. And it stayed long enough for me to like rub my eyes, like check my head, like make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And I woke Tyler up to tell him so-and-so was in our bedroom floating around, which sounds so insane. Oh God, I hope this reaches like the right people, because if not, they're gonna think that I have something crazy in my mind. But I woke him up and I'm like, so-and-so's head is floating in our room right now. And I verbally had said that to him, and the head was still floating. Like I could still see it. So now I'm in like a state of consciousness and still visualizing this. And he wakes up and he's like, what do you mean? I don't see it. And I'm like, it's right there. I can see it. And so the following day we called someone that we know that knows this individual. And Tyler was like, I don't know, but Hailey's been doing this thing where like when she's convinced she sees something, she saw something. And I just wanted to tell you, like, she saw so-and-so floating in the room. Like, can we check on them? We didn't hear anything for a couple of days. And a couple of days later, we ended up finding out that that individual had been declared dead and was resuscitated and is alive, like, thank God. But the time of death was when they were floating in our bedroom. And while they are someone close to us, it's not someone that I would assume in that state they would come to us. So I was like, why am I seeing this? Like, why am I seeing all of these things before they happen? And so time continues on. A couple more things happen, like random little things, even good things. Like, it's not just bad things, good things as well. But there was one situation, and this is where like I was really contemplative of like, should I share this on my channel? Should I talk about this? Because this is a very touchy subject, and trigger warning, it does have to do with infant loss. There was somebody I don't know personally, and this is where it gets weird and where things are starting to get very strange. I don't know them personally, but I do like keep up with them on like social media and whatnot. They were pregnant and they were having a healthy pregnancy, and I was like so excited following along with it. For those of you who don't know, I can't wait to be a mama someday. Hopefully in the next couple of years, that's something that I embark on. I just love babies. I just love it. And so I was like actively following along with like the pregnancy, and I thought that it was the most beautiful, healthy, like magical thing. I had a dream one night. Gosh, I really hope this doesn't upset anybody, me saying this, but this is the God's honest truth. I had a dream one night, and in the dream, I came out of my body and I was above this individual and her partner in a hospital room, and I could see her holding a baby, and I knew the gender and everything. I could see her holding the baby, and I could see that she had lost the baby. And in it, I could see such like purity and like positive energy radiating down to them. And even though it was such a sad moment, like the energy was just so pure. But when I woke up, I felt like this immense guilt, because I was like, why would I ever even dream that? Like, I was beating myself up as a human being, being like, Hailey, who comes up with that in their head? Who would even, not that I'm wishing that on anyone, like ever. My mom lost a child before me. I lost my twin like sibling. Like I would never wish that on anyone, but I like felt like this immense guilt for dreaming that, because it felt like a dream. But then when I woke up and I was really thinking about it, I'm like, no, that felt so real. Well, I felt this weird feeling to tell someone about it. So I told my mom and I told Tyler about the dream. And I was expressing like my immense guilt for even ever dreaming that. Because in my mind, I'm like, it has to come from somewhere in my brain. Why would I ever put that out there? Because I'm a firm believer in like what you put out is what you get back in life. And a couple days later, I see a post and that individual had lost their child, and they had lost their child that night. And that was when I actually threw up, because I didn't want to see that, number one. Number two, I don't know them personally, so why was I even shown that? And number three, my heart broke for the family. Like, I can't even imagine losing a loved one, let alone your own child. So many crazy things have been happening since. And like I said, it's not all dark, but it is so bizarre. And I actually was talking to Lana about it. She's my very, very close friend who is an evidential medium that I trust with every fiber of my soul, heart, and being. She's the Hawk and I on YouTube if you want to check her out. And she was expressing that, like, we can all like make choice. There's choice and free will and everything. But at the end of the day, we all have aspects of ourselves that can connect to the other side, and to lean into why perhaps this is happening. But yeah, I just had to share it with you guys because it has been the most insane thing. I think what keeps me sane through this is telling people ahead of time. So when it happens, it's not like I'm like, I knew it. It's like, how could you have known that? I want to tap into it for the greater good for people. But it's gotten to the point, not even exaggerating, that my mom has said, if you have a dream about me, don't tell me. So, yeah. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. I don't know where this came from out of nowhere, but I want, like I said, to use it for the greater good. I made a promise to the universe when I started my channel that even if I talk about dark things, I always want to spread light, and there's always light in every dark situation, and I truly believe that with every fiber of my being. So throughout this, even if this is creepy and a little bit dark, I do want to say that it just proves to me further that there truly is another side. There is so much more, and perhaps when it is your time, it is your time, or when things happen, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this. So I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. I apologize if this video is triggering for anybody. That's really not my intention. And also, if you don't believe me, that's okay. I understand. I even like lay up at night sometimes and I'm like, how did that happen? How did I see that before it happened? And why? But very curious to hear what you guys think. With that being said, that is it for today's video. I am so excited for you guys to see tomorrow's video. It is one that I've worked very hard on, so I hope that you enjoy it. And again, I hope that you guys are enjoying the remainder of 2023. I know this hasn't been my best year, but I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you. I truly, wholeheartedly am. And thank you for just being here, for being part of the Reese's Pieces, and for making my year better than it could have been, regardless of what I was going through. I love you guys so very much. If you are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my content, I would love it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, loves, do all things with kindness. And until next time, I love you. Bye, guys.